Okay, so here we go. I almost kept these little clumps as a nice little hand soap, but I want bigger, bigger, beefier bars. So we're going to chop it up and see if I can make it fluid without, exposing it to too much heat, because you need heat and you need wet to rebatch. But do we need additional heat? That's the question I am figuring out about my particular formulation. Do I need, or do I have enough? Because the less I have to add, the less possible morphing and shrinkage that I'll notice in my finished soap. So I'm going to put this in the microwave for 30 seconds and I will be right back. Okay, so it's super soft right now. So I'm just going to show you how soft it is. It's quite soft. It's not soft enough to put into a mold, but it's getting there. Okay, we've had another 30 seconds. And it's softening up. I'm going to give it another 30 seconds. If it's not completely melted by then, to the point where I can basically pour it in, then I'm going to add a little sodium lactate. Okay, so it's been 1 minute and 30 seconds. We're actually turning pretty molten. This is another 30 seconds and I should be able to pour this into my mold. And because it's all the same color, it really should do fairly well if I get it in there good. Okay, so I'm going to give it another 30 seconds just to give me some pourability. I hope. Okay, so I wanted to just see that, like it overcooked it a little bit right there. But we have nice soap that I can get in here, pound it down, I hope, and create with. Yeah. Looking like it's kind of like hot process soap in 2 minutes. Maybe I'll use that in my tagline. Not really clickbait because it's true. Just gonna smooth the top of this off best I can. A wet spoon. Totally do it. Okay. And I'm going to use a little bit plastic. Try to put it as smooth as I can. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty smooth. Oops, and then I moved it a little. So yeah, I'll clean that off. Let's see if I can get the rest of this. Actually, I'll add this rest to the soap dough because we're going to be formulating with this with some soap dough. And I'll just whoosh it in with the soap dough. For the second step, applique soap. It's like a relief bias, but done after the fact. So we're doing it first, we're going to do it second. Hi guys, welcome to my soapy kitchen. Today I'm playing Come On Into My Kitchen. Alright, so if you couldn't tell, I was getting ready to do some planing, and we're also going to do some applique work. I've got those in the freezer already. You should have already seen me work with these. These are for a custom order. Now I'm just going to be planing the sides. They're already stamped, ready to go. We're going to put a little bunny on this side to celebrate the 101 anniversary of my rabbit club, which is a Vancouver Island Rabbit Breeders Association. So if you're wanting to support that club, please, please, please let me know, and I will make some more of these for you. Now I can do this in any of my soap. I'm going to put a little bunny on any of my designs, and that will mark it as a 50% donation to the Vancouver Island Rabbit Breeders Association. So let me know, and I will do that. I can take any of my soap that are in the Etsy shop right now and add a little black bunny or a little white bunny. I'm going to show you how I do that. All right, so first we're going to plane. I've got, like I said, the soap in the freezer right now. So this is a tool I got from the UK. Love, love, love it. It is from, I'm going to do another plug because I just love them, from Victor. And I love it so much. I've messed up his card. It's got soap all over it. From soapstampsforyou.com, soapstampsforyou.co.uk. So awesome, awesome, awesome tool. Favorite tool, maybe of the year. Super, super fun anyway. So these I do for very special orders like this. So we're going to do all 4 sides just like that. If I can get it straight, it will look beauteous. If I don't get it straight, it will look strange. So that's how that works. So how are you guys doing? If you're wondering where this station is going, because I've been doing all these probiotic promos, from the apple cider vinegar to the positively probiotic sets, I'll have you know that it actually is Beautycraft related. I've been working with, I've been researching the microbiome of the skin, and I have this hunch that I just can't let go. I'm going to research it, and in the meantime, do all of those DIYs, fresh DIYs, that we've always done for thousands of years, starting in Cleopatra's time. So it's really not new stuff, but it's new to mainstream cosmetics, especially in a way that's marketable. So that's kind of the thing. We're going to create a product that is shelf stable, but yet utilizes things like probiotics, like the apple cider vinegar, for example. So don't worry, I haven't gone off topic much. Whenever you see a food preparation, it's usually because it's been inspired by soap. My bunnies inspire my creative process, so they are also, you know, a main supplier for some of the ingredients in my brand. So Angora wool is something that I do use in nearly every product that I create. I hate to see it wasted. There's a lot of waste in the wool industry because You have to have a certain length of wool in order to spin it properly and for it to make a proper yarn. And a lot of waste wool is just composted. And I'm not a great gardener, so I love to soap with it, so that's what I do with mine. All right. So there will only be in my Detox bunny line these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess, unless I have another big order at the Urban Bee store, because these are kind of the leftovers scraps that I rebatched and turned into beautiful little bars that I can then donate to a good cause, like the Vancouver Island Rabbit Breeders Association. Now, because my soap is quite soft, my corners are not going to be completely smooth. There's going to be a little bit of rough touch, but you know what? I am a rustic soaper. That's just what I am. I want my soap to be used, and if it's just too darn pretty, it's not going to be used. As much as I wish it were not so, I haven't found my pretty soap users. Just my pretty soap, put it on a shelf, people. Which I love. I love every one of you. But I like to create, so I want to make more. So I have a line that is, you know, user-friendly. So you don't feel bad about using it. These might not be in that category, but I do have some beautiful plain, giant, chunky bars that can be purchased in my Etsy shop or at the Urban Bee store. These are about 85 grams. The big bars at the store are about 5 ounces, which is like 130 grams. So they're big, 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 big. And a really good price too for that quantity of soap. I was wrestling with the idea, should I make my bars smaller so they're more in line with, you know, other brands on the market? And you know what? I like big chunky bars, and they're rustic, so the amount of work that goes into them is a lot less labor induced and intensive. So you know what? I'm going to let my customers benefit from that and give them a little bonus, because I don't have to work as hard to produce it, so they're not going to be as expensive as if I had to do this to each and every bar. Like, you know, that's about a $6 bar of soap after you factor in all the time that goes into it. And we're not even there yet, guys. So 6, and that's just for a plain bar like this. These go for $6 for this size in the health food store. So, you know, this isn't really that bad. For an artisan bar, this size with the amount of work I'm about to put into it, I'm looking at probably 8 is what you'll see average. If you just want a little tiny rough cut bar, then you can probably get it for 6 or even 5, depending on the brand. I don't know. Depending on the oils they used, I use really rich oils like cocoa butter and shea butter and beeswax and all sorts of beautiful things go into my soap. All right, so we're going to start working on the back, so I'm going to flip them. And we should have a couple of bunnies ready to pop out, and as soon as those are ready, I'm going to use this. I'm going to turn this into soap dough. And I'm also going to bring out my magic mixer, my heater. This is really cool. If you haven't seen this before, it might be the big reveal of my practical magic lab equipment. This is really, really cool. So this is what I use to stick appliques to my my soap. So this is a heating and so we're just going to melt this down. I'm just going to cut this up a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to need a paintbrush and some of my. What I'm going to do is I'm going to melt this down. This is some glue that I've been playing with. It's a soap glue. It's just basically melt and pour, not melt and pour. It's this soap that's been melted down so that I can play with it. And as soon as that starts to warm up a little bit, we're going to give it a little mixer with the magnet. So I've got a magnet here that's going to mix it really well. Just plunk that in. Isn't that cool? Look, I did that. That's why I call it my practical magic. Oh, look at it go. It's mixing, mixing, mixing. Now when that's smooth to the bottom, I know we're ready to start with that. So I'm going to go grab my little bunnies and we'll get started. All right, so these have been in the freezer, in my soapy freezer, for probably half an hour. I'm not sure if it's going to be long enough. We'll see. Oh, look at that. Perfect. So these are going on to these soap. And hopefully I'm not going to break the ears, but that might happen. A little bunny there, and I'll, oops, just show you how I do that. I have some soap dough. This is smooth stuff. Yeah, this is the good stuff. I'm just gonna, oops, just gonna push it in really good. This little guy didn't have his nose pushed in well enough, so I'm gonna make sure that little face gets properly embedded. Now these are Sugarcraft molds. These are some of the dollar stuff that you've, you know, it's $2 or $3 on Amazon for these. So there's one. I have to do this a few times. Hopefully by the time I get these applied, the others will be stiff enough to pop out. Now I had a lot of fun doing this applique. I'll show you some examples of some of my other work that you'll see later. Well, maybe not. I'll save that for later. I'll save that for another time. We'll just work on this soap today. And I don't just pour soap. I also create fun little appliques. This is so much fun. Now that extra, you want as much of it off as you can, but it's not really going to matter because it's exactly the same color as the soap, and it will dry the same color as the soap as it cures. So this is nearly done. See how it's changed? It's almost completely liquefied. And then we're ready. So I'm going to go pop these in the freezer because I've just got a couple, and we'll do 2 more after this. Alright, so I'm just going to put my soap dough away. And I'm going to turn this back into soap dough by adding just a little bit of this, which has water and soap. And get it moist and let it start to soften up, and then I'll work it again. And if I can get it smooth again, I'll be able to recreate with it. So no loss there. And if that doesn't work, I can always turn it into glue. Because this is a soap that I will always, always have in my store. This is my honey detox soap. And got all sorts of interesting ingredients in this. This one's got, well, the fragrance, of course, for detox is generally tea tree and peppermint. And I personally find a 4-to-1 ratio is perfect. But, you know, start playing with it yourself and make it how you like it. So I'm just going to turn this off now. It's kind of fun. I'm going to turn the heat off. Turn the heat off. And I'm going to turn the, oh no, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. And what I'm going to do is a little bit of painting to soften the surface. We're going to do that on the back of this as well. Don't need a brush here and there. All right. And then we're going to set it. All right. Now you don't have to smash it, but I am going to let it dry, and then I'm going to glaze it. Here, I'm just going to get rid of that alcohol. Get rid of those bubbles. No alcohol. So I don't want to paint bubbles on. So what this is going to do, it's going to seal the outside with a nice thick soap, which will help it to adhere better. And then I'm going to glaze the whole thing with more. So this is just one way to do it. I've never seen anybody else do it this way. This is just the way that I intuitively create. And feel free to do it the same way or not. Alright, so there's our first layer. Now this little guy, I'm going to put him, I think I'll put him all straight, just because that's kind of in the mood I am. But you could put them sideways, or you could put them cattywampus. It's completely up to you, because bunnies hop all over the place. They do. They really, really do. They are definitely hoppers. Now, I have babies in the nest box right now, so watch out for a Wabbit Wednesday from time to time when we get babies. Their eyes are open, and their fur is on, and they're super, super cute, and I have witnessed a few really, really intimate moments between mom and babe, and I'm going to have to capture that on film for you guys because it's just so cute. She's the sweetest little mama. My little Tough too. Now her mother, Tuffy, was not a good mom. No, she was not. She did not have good instincts. But not everyone is graced with that ability to know, what kind of things our children need, and the strength to have the patience that is required to be a mom. I'm just glad I'm one of those people, and I'm glad my little Tuffy is too. All right, so I'll be right back. I'm going to see if they're ready. They might not be, and if not, then you'll see me make a big mess, but if they are, then we'll be going to do faster than I realize. I think these might actually pop out. I could be wrong. This process might be able to be done a little faster than I originally predicted. Let's see. Oh, look at you. Aren't you cute? There's another one. Nice and slow. There we go. Look like little pieces of chocolate. Little chocolates. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple more. Pop them in the freezer while we're working. Okay, I don't think this is the right one. This is the one I want. Yeah, that's better. I do find that Rebatch soap does not make a great dough, so this is not Rebatch soap. This is soap dough that I reserved. So when I did my scraping of the bowls, I set it aside in a bag and reserved it just for this, for doing soap dough creation. So keep that in mind. If you want a nice smooth finish, you need a nice smooth dough. Now you want a nice flat surface so that it adheres nicely. Okay, hope I did a good job. Make sure it's all pushed in so we get a nice little face. It's that nose that I think is so cute. I love my little bunny noses. Those little bunnies are so cute. Oops, too much. Love their little twitchy noses. I had a little tiny baby on my chest earlier. He was looking at me, and I was looking at his nose, twitching up and down. He was so cute. He's gonna be a cute friend. I just know it. Or she. Anyway, she's adorable. Little twart. Like the daddy. But I think it's important for you to handle even the babies. Don't listen to that misinformation out there that says that the mom will do something terrible to your babies if you touch them. If you're worried about that, just pick her up first. Get her smell all over you. You've got a nervous doe. All right, so I'm going to put these in the freezer. Some more baby bunnies. All right, let's get started. All right, so go to the Facebook page, Vancouver Island Rabbit Breeders Association auction, if you want to get some of these and you'd like to help support me and support my club. So we've had some serious stinking setbacks. We keep getting some really terrible diseases coming through because of the wild rabbit population. People releasing their bunnies into the wild because they don't want to take care of them anymore, and they're getting diseases because they can't handle being in the wild. So if you adopt a bunny, it's a lifetime thing. No, it's going to be around for at least 10 years. We're not talking about a gerbil here. Bunnies live like cats and dogs. You take care of them. Get them proper veterinary care. But please, whatever you do, if you don't want your bunny anymore, take it back to the breeder. Or find somebody who's looking for a bunny to love. Do not release it into the wild. That's just not okay. don't get the right nutrition because they've been carefully bred for hundreds of years as a domesticated animal. Mainly for food, yes, but not in the wild. They can't even breed with wild rabbits. Did you know that? They're so different. Like authentic wild rabbits, not that spotted little bunny that somebody's released their grandparents into the wild. Talking the little brown hares. They can't breed with those. It's kind of an interesting thing. I think it's interesting anyway. Sorry if I'm worrying you about bunny stuff, but that's my life. All right, we got enough time for 2 more. Let's see if we've given it enough time to get them out, and then we will finish trimming them up. Yeah, it seems to be enough just to shock it. Oops. No, let's see, this one looks like its ear might fall off, but maybe not. That looks good. Now with these teeny tiny molds, it's really hard sometimes to get a perfect impression when it's soft. So definitely let it get nice and hard if you have a smaller or thinner shape than I've got here, embed that I've got than what I've got here. I've got a little dolphin with a really, really tiny little tail. Little bits of towel on me. Let's get this firm. That bit of excess soap off. Now that little foot was up, so I'm going to push it back down. Now, if your soap starts to get pasty and you don't have a heat thing like I do here, just pop it in the microwave and get it hot again. I'm just going to make sure I got every little bit around my bunny completely done, and all those little bubbles popped. All wiped off, because they will like stick, like these little bubbles. You will have little bubbles. Like, I don't know if I'm going to get all of mine or not. Ah, there's lots of bubbles here. This one right there. Oh, well. Go slow, Jen. Maybe use alcohol to get the bubbles off. If you're a perfectionist, this method's probably not for you. But since I'm not, I'm a loving it. I totally am loving it. So, put this one right in the middle. I'm going to cut a couple of them slightly off center because I think it looks cute, but that one as close as I can. Here, I'll show you what the alcohol does. Help as I'm working. They won't stay. Let's see if I can get those bubbles filled in. Don't know if I can or not. Let's see. Looking good. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little crafting moment. And I'm just going to finish them off by beveling the tops with, not the sides, yeah, like that, something like that. Yep. There we go. All done. Beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.